Skreckingcrow presents The Price of Honor. Father thinks I'm mad, you know. He's told me enough times. You'll catch your death out there. It's cold, but it's not that cold. And Alexander can come and go where he pleases. You too, though I suppose you've got a built-in coat. And I suppose he knows he can't talk sense into you. You're a dog. Dogs don't speak. Yes, very clever. It must be a nice life, being a dog. No one wants anything from you. All you need to do is look pretty and sit by the fire. I don't know how you do it. It's hot enough for me in there, and you're all shaggy. Oh, don't worry, Valentine. It's just one of the airships practicing drills, I'm sure. We're far enough from the border of ice. They'd have to go through half of Jasea to get to us.
Zephyrin, come inside. The Dulcimes are here.
Coming, Mother. Are you excited to see Anessa? It's been months.
And leave the dog out here.
Yes, Mother. Sorry, Valentine.
Poor Arctus's leg. I spoke to his wife the other day, and she doubts he'll last the winter. It's for the best. You know, she's had her eye on the blacksmith. Oh, what's his name? Vulcan?
Timor, darling.
Yes, Timor. I can see why she likes him.
Thea.
Oh, sorry,
It's a wonder how you get anything done with how often your head is in the clouds.
You're no better. Spending all autumn with only one thing on your mind.
Hush now. You're going to get me in trouble.
What are you two whispering about?
It's impolite to eavesdrop, brother mine.
And ruder still to huddle in the corner when hosting.
Mother's doing a fine job on her own.
I suppose she is. Inessa, how have you been? It's been...
Since the solstice ball at Lady Dorian's.
Oh yes, it'd make sense I'd forget that. Lady Beethoven.
Lord Mesquite. What a scandalous thing to say when you have ladies present.
There are ladies here? Oh, please direct me to them. I just see two monsters that would run around the garden in their undergarments every summer when they were young.
You're awful. It's no wonder you're an old crone.
Crone? No, that's for women, dear sister. I am a desirable and eligible bachelor. Though, speaking of, I hear congratulations are in order. Is it true you've secured yourself a match, Inessa?
Yes, Leonidas Ordera. He came to convalesce at our estate at the equinox. The proposal came just before he enlisted to his duties on the airships.
The eldest son of a duke and a lieutenant in the airship forces. It's like some fairy tale.
I know his brother. They're a good family, especially to us outside of the city.
Oh, let me guess. You discussed the levies on potatoes.
Grain, actually.
Of course. Sorry, Anessa. Looks like you'll have bushels of wheat at the wedding.
I wouldn't mind that, as long as the wedding went ahead.
You're concerned about him?
You aren't concerned about the people fighting this war?
It's bloodless. Not a single man has died out there, apart from a few spies we've caught. It's all posturing. He'll be back in a few months, a few pounds heavier from the medals that they'll pin on him.
Still, how could a war be truly bloodless?
What are you three whispering about? Zephyrin, your mother is trying to talk to you.
Where are they? There's making a statement, and there's making a fool of yourself. Who arrives late for the opera? What the devil? Colette!
Apologies, I wasn't able to hold him back in time. And I didn't care.
And here I thought that's all those long arms of yours were good for. Jakob.
Your wit knows no bounds, Anatole.
Oh, I'm aware. And you're on as fine a form as ever, I see.
I don't care for the crowds.
Is there anything you do care for?
You two.
A blessing for which we are both eternally grateful. Ah, step aside. Let the ladies pass.
Oh, thank you.
I don't understand your distaste for it, Jakob. I truly don't. Where else can you go in our fair city that allows you to people-watch so? Just look. You have the high and mighty of society sat in their boxes, knowing people want to see them like animals at a zoo. You have us in the stalls, intent on disappearing into the crowd for any reasons we may see fit. And there in the guards, the upstarts.
Anatole!
Is it not true, Colette? Look upon them and tell me I lie. They section themselves off so neatly without even thinking on it. And from here, we can see them all.
It's a wonder you're still allowed in here, Anatole. You philosophize like a scholar, but act like a cad. I'm surprised you find any new women to take your pleasure. I'd have surely warned any at risk of your attention.
Speaking of, will we have the pleasure of your company for the entire evening, or...
Of course. We have a room reserved at the club.
I believe he meant the second act. Or even the third.
Is that so? Why, Jacobi, I had no idea you so desired my company.
Less so with every minute.
Then I suppose I should make haste and find an introduction to be made before you tire of me.
Her?
Vericia? No, she'd speak of it to everyone who'd hear, and I'd never hear the end of it from my sister.
How is your sister?
Look up and you'll see for yourself, in the box by the prince. I don't know how she thinks she's subtle.
It must run in the family.
Oh, don't be cruel, Jakob. You know he'd rather die than compare himself to sweet Catherine.
Sweet? Don't fool yourself. Ah, I believe I see a countrywoman. I shall meet you at the club.
Be sure to check she's not otherwise engaged.
Now when has that ever stopped me?
I'm sure this will be the year. It's been 3 seasons already, Zephyrin, and with your father insisting on waiting until you were older to be presented.
She will be just fine, my dear. Won't you, little dove?
Yes. But this year, the game has changed. With Prince Nikita searching for a match, it will all be quite different. Every woman in the city will have their claws out.
What I wouldn't give to be that young again. I remember when the king made his match. Half of Jessia made their own matches. And their own lovers.
Mother!
It's true.
Was that not the season of your marriage, Vulcan?
Will Fia stay at Anya Volstaff's again?
No, she's taken ill, the poor dear.
She has? We must visit on her.
Yes, and you'll have plenty of chances for that. Viscountess Dulcime has offered Anessa to take you while she waits on her own betrothed's return.
I will.
And of course, Alexander will go as your chaperone.
I will.
We'll pray this is the year you find your own wife.
Mother.
You will go, dearest.
When do we leave?
Do you think it's appropriate to tease me, Lady Odera?
Oh, no, not at all.
Then why, I must ask, do you continue in doing so?
The better question, Your Highness, is why not?
You are to be the companion to Lady Naziro tonight, are you not?
Oh, yes, but Sophia doesn't mind. Do you?
Oh, not at all, Lady Odera.
Katerine, please. And see?
I do wish they'd hire a new prima donna. This one's half deaf at her age.
Don't be cruel, Nicky. Besides, this is the royal opera. Surely half the blame of her casting falls on you.
Well, you may have a point there. I'll be sure to write to the owners about my displeasure.
I must say, I'm surprised they're performing a show about eyes. Aren't they supposed to be our enemies for this war?
You haven't seen the ending to this one, then. It all comes together with our grand victory.
Oh, good. How is the war? I see the papers singing the praises of your tactical agreement with eyes to not waste lives, but I know better than to believe what the presses say.
Well enough. We've blocked the channels of information from the ships, and limited the way in. No one there knows what we're saying here.
And what about when they come back?
By the time they're back, there'll be no need for secrecy. The war will be won. It's for morale.
And here I thought it was for your own popularity.
Well, that doesn't hurt, does it?
Born of earth and lost in air and fire, in service of his homeland, we commend Seaman
Avis.
Thank you, Lieutenant Hanlon. We commend Airman Avis to his resting place below the water.
Are you all right, Leon?
Oh, yes. Sorry, Archie. That was...
I know. We lost good men today.
I thought I might be one of them.
No. Never. Lieutenant Leonidas Ordera, killed in battle? No. You're the type they pin medals to. You just need to keep breathing through it all. Now, dinner. You look like you could use it.
And another for the man of the hour.
I don't think that's... Well, if you're all ready...
Bah! Nonsense. A shot right into the engine, Ordera. You deserve it.
He's quite right, Lieutenant Ordera. I have my report ready for the Admiralty, and it's almost as glowing as those cheeks of yours now.
Thank you, sir. It was my duty.
Duty? Pah! Duty was being on this ship. Glory is firing that felling shot. Is that what you're seeking, Leonidas? Glory? You'd do better on a ship of the line than a frigate. Perhaps the captain could write a recommendation for you to be dispatched at once.
Come now, Solanus, don't scare the man. Look at him. He's as pale as a maid. Are you quite well, Lieutenant Hanlon?
No, I don't think I am, sir.
No? Do spit it out. What's wrong with you? My steward can fetch the ship's doctor?
I don't require a doctor, sir. I was only wondering, why does our quartermaster not write the names of the dead on all ships before this war?
I do not think that an appropriate line of questioning, Lieutenant.
I think it very appropriate, sir. If the men are to give up their lives, sir, then the least they deserve is...
I will not have such insubordination on my ship. Lieutenant Ordera, Lieutenant Solanus, leave us. I will discuss this with Lieutenant Hanlon in private.
Oh, yes, sir. Reckon he'll be all right.
Archie's a big boy. He can handle himself. For now, at least. That mouth of his will get him killed one day.
That's what I'm worried about. I don't think I've seen the captain so...
Well, I suppose you didn't serve before the war began. That easygoing facade he puts up has a sharp edge. He's been questioned by the admirals before for his punishments.
Is that so?
I wouldn't be surprised if Archie gets the cat. But who hasn't at one point or another?
I hope you're right. Though, that's bad enough.
Are we nearly there yet? It feels like we're in a camel's stomach.
You truly have some of the most awful similes, sister.
Thank you. We must make haste.
I know.
We've missed the first ball of the season already.
I know.
Though Lady Astov was so late sending out invitations that I doubt it was a roaring success.
And the bachelors who attend her parties are old enough to be a rotten egg if they've never been married before.
I attend her parties.
As I said.
It doesn't matter anyhow. We'll be there in time for Viscountess Io's tonight.
Tonight? We've been travelling these last 2 days.
There are so many these coming months that surely we can miss one.
Absolutely not. What if we miss it only to find that the man that was meant to be the love of my life has engaged with someone else?
I don't think that likely.
Not likely, but it is possible.
Let's wait until we get some food in us to make the decision, yes?
How can you think about food at a time like this?
Very easily. Now that's the decision, and it is final.
Fine. We'll eat, and then onwards to the rest of our lives.
Ah, that's better. Always need a stiff drink after seeing that much strutting on a stage. Ace?
Search. I don't know why you bother coming along. You never enjoy yourself. 3?
Here. I only go because you two drag me along. If I didn't, then I'd see even less of the two of you. Though we barely saw a glimmer of our too friendly comrade before he whisked himself off on another adventure. 10?
Yep. Oh, you know how he is. The opera's as good a hunting ground as any. He can swan about in his finest regalia and play the charming prince to whoever takes his fancy. 5?
Search.
Speaking of princes, did you see the royal box in the second act?
No, I tried to take in the performance we paid for. What did I miss?
Katarine gave up the pretense that she was there for any reason but His Royal Highness. They were quite the pair in there.
I can imagine.
It's, your turn?
Ah, yes. King?
Search. So what's your opinion on them then? You and Prince Nikita are close...
I thought my ears were burning.
Oh, Your Highness.
Please, I don't think this is the venue for that. Jakob?
Nikita.
Excellent. We all know each other's names. May we...
Of course. Please. Sit.
Wonderful. Do either of you know where my rake of a brother is? I was rather hoping to speak with him.
He's supposed to meet us here.
No doubt he was a little... delayed.
Of course he was.
Drinks? Your cups look almost empty.
Ah, thank you.
Friends, I do believe I found... Oh. Hello, Katarine.
The prodigal son returns. Hello, Anatole. Enjoy the show.
The one on stage or in the boxes?
I'm surprised you notice, what with your attentions on the...
One night. One night free from your bickering. I implore you.
We weren't bickering.
Yes, we were.
Shall I, deal you into the game, then?
Please do.
Did you hear? Alexander is returning to our fair city of Ziva.
He is. Poor man, settling down then. I'd have thought him to be with the fields till the end of his days.
Not from the sounds of his letter. His sister's being sent out for a match.
The bastard daughter?
Only allegedly, Colette. The mother's Partian child, according to Lady Io. Apparently Count Misket is too blinded with love for her to notice their differences.
Well, she had it right then.
How so?
Far safer to wait until she's married. Some of us would rather not ruin those we care for.
That felt rather pointed, Jacobi.
It was.
This episode of The Price of Honor was created for Skrekking Crow. The role of Zephyr Misket was performed by Belinda Toe, Honore Misket by Prawn VA, Vulcan Misket by Tony Westfield, Inessa Dulcim by Eloise Dabinet, Alexander Misket by Kairon the Kiwi VO, Anatole Ordera by AJ Venegas, Jakob by Ed Shaleda, Callet by Henry Stenhouse, Prince Nikita by Elcat, Katarine by Monica Webb, Archie Hanlon by Louis Jones-Davies, Leonidas by Damian Gleason, Lieutenant Salinas by Rydberg Delta, Captain Vile by Carl Robinson. Additional voices were provided by Sean Luxford, Diogo Neves, and Caspian Nouveau. The Price of Honor was written and produced for Skrekking Crow by Caspian Nouveau. Art for The Price of Honor was created by Cindy Salem.